Hello, this is Takira Caballero, and I'm going to be discussing leadership and power for week 3 individual assignment. All right, so let's get started. All right, so first thing first, I'm going to explain power and compare how it relates to leadership. Leadership and power are used just about every day in business, in home life, church, work, school, whatever your organization may be. While leadership and power are at times very interchangeably, it's like they both try to influence people. Leadership is defined as the ability to influence a group towards the achievement of a vision or set goals that one may have. Whereas power is defined as the capacity or potential to influence. All right, so I found in our textbook, that there are 5 types of power. Referent, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Expert, legitimate, reward, and coercive power. The 5 powers. And within an organization, there are 2 forms of power a leader can use: positional and personal. I know a lot of times we hear the term, you don't want to mix personal with business. I think this kind of touches a little bit of that. Leadership and power are similar because there is a relationship between influence of power. Power can be perceived by the title that a person has when they are in a work environment. For example, one may look at general manager as having power because he is the person who runs and functions the everyday necessities to keep the store going. Power can also be the ability a person has to have a strong effect on people to lead. We have many leaders in America today. For example, right now, one leader may be considered President Donald Trump. With so many different types of people, there are different ways that everyone can perceive power, and those that are in that position over us. To be the most powerful, we should have the respect of those we hope to lead. Respect is everything. Without respect, one cannot truly give unto you. All right, so next we will discuss the 5 sources of power, which are legitimate power, reward power, coercive power, expert, and reverent. All right, first is legitimate power. Legitimate power is based on a person's holding a formal position. Others comply because they accept the legitimacy of the power holder. All right. Legitimate power is also the authority a manager has by virtue of his or her position in an organization. Meaning anywhere from a general manager or someone who owns their own company or someone who's close enough to say that the company, they have part share in a company. Okay? So next we will do reward power. And this power is based on a person's access to rewards. Others comply because they want the rewards the power holder can offer. Also, with rewards, the manager has the ability to give or withhold tangible or intangible rewards. This is like maybe a bonus or maybe extra day of vacation, for example. All right. Next, let's do coercive power, based on a person's ability to punish others, comply because they fear punishment. Coercive power is based on inability to punish others. This can be from something verbal, or firing someone, cutting their pay, or docking their pay, as one may say. And this type of power can have serious negative side effects. So we want to be careful with this power. All right. So next, let's do expert power. Expertise is based on a person's expertise, competence, and information in a certain area. All right. So this is special skills that those leaders have. Shift managers. In the military, we used to say squad leaders, first and middle managers. These people have the most expert power. And oftentimes you find this with information technology type jobs. You see a lot of experts with their hands in these computers and printers and security systems, trying to make it as perfect as possible. All right. And last but not least, referent power is based on a person's attractiveness to and friendship with others. This is a good power for myself, because I know how to engage and bring people in, draw them in, lure them in because of something that's desirable that I may say, as far as a greeting, or even when it comes to friendships. I have some really good friendships established. But reverent power also results from personal characteristics. That's why I use myself for example. All right. And these people, myself for example, earn respect, loyalty, admiration. It's just so many skills, great skills that are in referent power. These types of managers are likable. These types of leaders are likable, and they care about their workers. All right. And that'll be all for our 5 sources of power. All right. So next is relationship between influence and power. Okay. So influence and power are intertwined because people who exert power over other individuals influence them to pursue a collective goal. For example, our teachers. People in organizations or social settings mostly act whenever they are influenced by an authority figure to perform certain functions. Influence is attainable even with little power, but not vice versa. And that's a really good point. Therefore, a person can be highly influential through power in order to produce results-driven changes. So pretty much, someone can be influenced through power, and great changes will occur in the midst. All right. Finally, determining how relationships between leaders and staff affect influence and power. Power and influence both are needed to help define leaders. Leaders need power to help them show what leaders can do in companies. So if a leader doesn't have the final say per se on what's happening in the company, then that person is not able to show what they can do. Also, they have the skills and knowledge to keep parts moving. Leaders' mindset is kind of widespread. They understand various, even if it's something minor, they understand various skills, knowledge, knowledgeable things that are needed to keep an organization running. And leaders do not need titles. Often people without a managerial title want that title in order to lead, but it's not necessary. So leaders' influence is defined as the capacity of power of persons or things to be compelling forces on or produce effects on the actions, behaviors, opinions, and so forth. All right. In conclusion, power is having the ability to control people or things, and leadership is about getting the job done and getting through to others. Influence is about changing outcomes without applying direct force. And overall influence cooperates with power to make the best of leadership. So this concludes my presentation. Also attached, you will find my references for my work. Thank you.